On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks lose to the Memphis Grizzlies, but you know what? It's kind of a double win. And what will Khris Middleton do? We'll talk about that and more in today's Locked On Mavs with who?
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You are Locked On to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being an everydayer, making Locked On Mavs your first listen. Today's episode brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Have your cake and drink it too. Birthday cake flavor is back. No fork needed. Vanilla, cakey flavor, caffeinated cake, and no sugar. It's party time. Order now at 5hourenergy.com or over on Amazon. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel, back from his service in softball. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
I had some chicken shawarma for dinner. My beautiful cat was, cutely laying in a little cardboard box I have out here. So, what life couldn't be any better?
Life is good, and it is good for many things.
By 2031 season tickets, I've got them already purchased for row Z, section 335.
What did your PSL cost?
Yeah, only $110 a game, so I've got that on 8 Klarna payments. So I'm pumped.
We'll talk about the Mavericks. We'll talk about all kinds of things with the Mavericks. We'll talk about A.J. Johnson, maybe. We'll talk about Omax. Was that a mistake for the Mavericks? I want to talk about the Grizzlies' path forward. We'll talk about a bunch of things like that. But let's start here, Slightly Biased. The Mavericks lose this game, and there's not a lot of redeeming qualities to this game. I'm not going to lie. I usually come on here. I pride myself on saying, you know what? There's takeaways every single game. You can come away with something in every single one of these games. And you laugh at me many a night when you're like, there's nothing. And I'm like, I'm going to pull something right out of this hat or somewhere else. And tonight, the only takeaway for me is this is a double win in the tank race. You get a loss yourself, the Dallas Mavericks, and you also get the Grizzlies to get a win. And so now you're 1.5 games separated from that team in the tank lottery standings, and it's so important to stay in 7. I don't know if they can get to 6. I think it would take the Pelicans falling down. I said this exact same thing yesterday, but it's still true, and I think this is a double win in the tank standings. And so that's my one big takeaway from this one is like, all right, if we're talking about tanking, we're talking about lottery standings, this is a positive one in that direction.
Yeah, and we've talked about what does tanking even really look like for this team, and I think tonight is a prime example. Now, like PJ's dealing with the real injury again. Bagley nearly got decapitated last night. Flagg is out for the year. I don't know. Who knows? They lie to us over and over and over. I'm really just like at wit's end almost with this franchise right now. I truthfully am. But yeah, tonight you see 33 minutes from A.J. Johnson, 30 from Miles Kelly. That's what it is. That's what it looks like. And some of that was like fourth quarter garbage time. They were losing the game by 40 points the entire time. So most of it's garbage time, but yeah.
Jason Kidd said before the game yesterday, he said, hopefully we get to see more of A.J. Johnson tonight.
That feels like we'll probably be losing this game by 30 at halftime, guys.
It's like you're the coach, man. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of him. We did get to see more of AJ. So that's my first thing. My second thought is that may be the last game for Khris Middleton because Sunday, March 1st, is the deadline to waive guys. And so, Slightly, if you're Khris Middleton, would you want to stay with the Dallas Mavericks or go and potentially go help a playoff team?
Yeah, great. It's interesting because it really it depends on what he wants. Does he want this sort of expanded role? And it's something that we don't think about too much with these guys that really factors in is the human aspect of, I just got here. I know I've only been here a few weeks, but do I want to pick up and move again? We often overlook that element. If I were him personally, yeah, at my age, I would rather go to a team. And there's reports that the Nuggets would be. And usually whenever you see these reports that this team would be interested, that means yes, this team would probably get him the moment he becomes available. Yeah, I'd rather have that opportunity to go out, a very real chance to go out and get a second ring to add to my resume. So that's what I would personally do, but I don't know. I don't know what his number one goal is.
And even just the fun of going through a playoff run or even being in the playoffs, right? How fun did we have just watching and experiencing the playoffs? Imagine being a player that's sitting on the bench. I don't know. Maybe I'm just starved of playoff experience, playoff time right now, because it's only happened like 4 times since I started covering the Mavericks.
That's crazy.
I would want to do that, and I think the Nuggets would be an incredible fit for him. They need somebody else. It's like, all right, if Cam Johnson's not got it that night, let's throw out Khris Middleton, see what he's got, and need somebody else, just get a little bucket. He's been pretty good for the Mavericks. He's definitely had some moments. He had a couple of 20-point games. He had 10 points tonight, and it was early. He didn't really play much in the second half. Only played 19 minutes, but he can get his own shot. He can make good decisions on offense. A good ball mover, I think. And so if another team's coming to get Khris Middleton, I think it's great. The Mavs don't really get anything out of it. It's kind of just like doing right by a guy. And Jason Kidd said before the game, he was asked about this with Khris Middleton. He said, that's up to Khris. We support whatever decision he makes. If he's going to stay or if he's going to get bought out, I think he's going to make that decision here pretty quick. And so I think we'll find out. Mark Stein's been reporting on it here and there. But like you said, they've literally left it up to Khris Middleton. And if I was him, I'd want to go to a playoff team. Get me to Denver. Get me to somewhere where it's going to be fun and exciting.
Well, the question is what – especially if you're kind of looking long term, how do I rehab my value, I guess, to where I can maybe get a bigger contract in the summer versus maybe instead of a vet minimum, I'm getting a buy-in, or maybe I'm eating into someone's mid-level. What works more? Getting this like maybe extended role on the Mavs to just kind of showcase on a bad team that I've still got enough there, or go to a team like Denver and really contribute in the playoffs? I don't know. I would assume the playoff contributions are more so. What could get you paid more? I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah,
but the playoff contributions are probably they probably wax and wane. Like we don't know. Like he may get 15 minutes a game. He may get 0. So that's another thing you got to factor in.
Yeah, for sure. And that factors into the equation. I mean, if he does go that route, then this is it. This is the last game. So
how will you remember the Khris Middleton era?
The best player of the 25-26 Mavs roster. No, I'm just kidding. It was cool. I mean, he played. I thought he played well, and it did lead me to think like, oh man, yeah, like in
still
another
got
world
something.
where the Mavs are like somewhat competitive or something, Khris Middleton might be a nice piece off the bench, but it just wasn't meant to be.
I'll always remember the game where he just led him down the stretch and beat the Pacers. That one was like, it felt like vintage Khris Middleton again, and it also kind of messed the Mavs tank up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? This 2-2 in this 4-game stretch for tank-wise is perfectly fine. Like that's
true. I thought they were going to win all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's like the best you possibly could have done, I think.
That's sad, though. That's the way that's sad. That's the way we're framing this at this point.
I mean, can I say why I'm at wit's end a little bit with this franchise?
Oh,
right
go
now?
for it. I'm unload.
I was thinking earlier, I'm like, this is like the worst. I just feel like a negativity just surrounds this franchise. And it's like beyond the Luka trade, like way beyond that at this point. And even like ownership, it's like the team's terrible. And yeah, whatever. It's a lost season. They're tanking. It sucks. It's not very fun to watch. It's not that enjoyable. We don't know. And I think this is a real disservice to fans. And I'm just going to be honest. And I know they have no real reason to do it. But I've been hammering this point home all season because I feel like the league is losing sight of this. This is an entertainment league that's here for the fans. Okay. Yep. It's for fans. It's not fair to fans that we were told a month ago almost that Cooper Flagg would just miss a couple games and he'll probably be back after the All-Star break. We were told that, and we're now going on week 3 or 4, and the Mavs play the Hornets on Tuesday. Jason Kidd says, yeah, he probably won't be ready for that. You know, it's not right for fans. It isn't, because fans buy tickets. They buy tickets in advance, and if you think, oh, the reports are, Cooper Flagg will be all right in a couple weeks, and then you buy tickets for this game thinking like, I'll go see Cooper Flagg at the very least, and now Cooper Flagg's at the game. I think that's and I think it's wrong. I really do. I do think it's not right, and I'm not blaming anyone specifically, but I think that's not right. That these reports that the cheapest tickets for the cheapest tickets they said in this Mavs focus group was $95.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I mean, that's 5. That is, to be fair, that's 5 years from now. We could be using Trump coin by then, but
that's true. It might be like Fallout. We might be using bottle caps. So
I agree, and I was listening to our Locked On Heat show talk about tanking, and by the way, they don't think tanking is that big of a deal, which is hilarious because they don't do it. Like, their team doesn't do it. It's like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't think it's a big deal if your team doesn't do it. But they were talking about, and they was like, the biggest problem in the league is stars sitting and stars, like, not playing games. I'm like, yeah, that's 100% what it is. It's like you never know on any given night. I do Locked On NBA game night every Monday night on Locked On NBA. And we cover every game every night. So I have to at least, like, pay attention to every game in some way. I have no idea at the beginning of the night what game's going to be important. because you just don't know who's going to play. The other night, it's Pistons Thunder, and you're like, oh, it's 1 versus 1. Super awesome. And Shea, Chet, and Jalen Williams are all out. And Caruso and A.J. Mitchell. And you're like, what's the point of this? And yes, injuries do happen. The Mavs have been super injured the last couple of years, and so maybe that's what we're feeling is we're just really frustrated. Like, all right, Lively's out, Kyrie's out. Now Cooper Flagg is out. And like Cooper Flagg's kind of the last straw for us. Then we're just sitting here going, all right, this is my last piece of connective tissue to the Mavericks that I feel joy watching, and that's gone too. Like I was watching, they were doing a video on like which Maverick would most likely adopt a puppy if it wandered into the Mavs facility, and they're all talking about Lively. And then they put Lively on the screen, and he was talking, and I was like, man, I miss Dereck Lively. Like, I just miss his countenance. Like, I just miss him and, like, his presence, his aura. Like, I just miss him around the Mavericks. That was, like, a player of joy that I enjoyed watching. And they're just slowly but surely, like, removing those, replacing them with players that we don't have any relationship with at this point. We're talking about if Khris Middleton's going to stay or go. That's what we're talking about at this point with the Mavs. So coming up, I do want to talk to you about some of that stuff with the Mavs, like, you know, the new arena and things like that, because I think you'll give a different perspective than I could. So we'll talk about that and what the Mavs are doing. Are they going to lose real Mavs fans? I think so. Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by DoorDash, and I will do the DoorDash ad this time. Season's heating up. DoorDash has a way to keep fans in their bag the entire way through. Whether you're watching the highlights, the tunnel fits, or your favorite player, DoorDash makes the entire season way more fun for you. If you are maybe avoiding the Mavericks and you're like, I'm just going to listen to the show, but I'm not going to watch the Mavericks anymore. I'm going to watch these other teams. Go for it, but get DoorDash while you're doing it. Every player has their bag. With DoorDash, fans can have one too. DoorDash keeps your snacks stocked, your gear fresh, and your watch party vibes absolutely on point. It's not just food. You can get all kinds of things delivered straight to you. Those late night interviews hit, and all of a sudden you need some chips or you need something at midnight. DoorDash, they got you covered. From tip-off to overtime, stay in your bag and order on DoorDash. Get snacks, drinks, gear, whatever gets you through the season, delivered right to your door. DoorDash, in your bag all season long with DoorDash.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every day. Appreciate you for checking out the show. Listening, we have the Everydayers Club. You can subscribe and get ad-free episodes of this show. LockedOnMavericks.supercast.com. $5 a month or $50 a year, where you can subscribe and also get access to the Discord. We're having fun in there, talking about all kinds of different things, tanking, trades in the offseason, all kinds of things. So LockedOnMavericks.supercast.com to subscribe to be part of the Everydayer Club. All right, Slightly. So I did this show earlier today. If you didn't listen to it, go listen to the show about the Mavs focus group, the new arena, the talk about not raising ticket prices next year, you know, Patrick Dumont making that whole thing. And if you missed it, Rick Welts, the Mavs CEO, said that they're not going to raise ticket prices for a single ticket next season because Patrick Dumont came into their meeting when they were talking about next season, and he was like, we didn't deliver. This team did not deliver to Mavs fans what we promised, like a competitive team. So we're not going to raise a single ticket price next season. And I was like, that's great. That's awesome. That's good. Like awareness. That's good. Looking at the thing and learning from last year when they raised tickets after the Luka trade when everybody was furious. Like, I guess that's learning. But then you hear from these focus group people that went and did this focus group for the Mavs new arena, and they talk about the lowest ticket. Somebody told me $75. Somebody else told me $95 was the lowest ticket in the whole building. Somebody else told me that $200 was the lowest in the whole lower bowl, that you can't even get in the lower bowl for under $200. A single ticket. They're talking about personal seat licenses where you have to pay money for the opportunity to pay money for a season ticket. Like you get a seat, like I pay for that individual seat, and then I get to buy season tickets. And if I don't buy season tickets for that seat, then somebody else gets to. My personal seat license doesn't do anything. It's insane what they're doing, because this is it's like a big luxury thing where, you know, teams do this in order to get money for building a stadium and get a lot of the upfront costs out of the way and get it paid by the consumer before, and it really does nothing for people, like for fans. They made this big deal about how, you can sell them, you can transfer them, you can do all this, and maybe it'll become a commodity, and you're like, that's not what this is. Like this is not a Premier League team. This is not an NFL, premier NFL team where there's only 8 games a season. It's wild to me. What did you take away from all that stuff and from the, what is the message you got from everything we've been hearing about that?
I mean, I think it's there's maybe a deeper conversation. It's just absolutely egregious, man. And you're going to price out almost everybody. I don't even think that many people want a new stadium, but maybe they're receptive to the idea of a new stadium. And every stadium in the country now, we're probably a couple decades away from every single sports team owns a small suburb. They own it. It's like a work town, like the Disney work towns. Like everyone there, it's just all the sports
Disney
team.
Springs. We'll have Dallas Mavericks Springs.
The stadium is in the middle, and then around it is 3 hotels. And you think to yourself, when you pass these hotels, how are these hotels in business? I've never seen anyone come in or out of them. And they have 20 different restaurants and bars, and you think the same thing because you say to yourself, I've never seen anybody in there when there's not a game. But it doesn't matter because every team is going to have this state-of-the-art experience. It's not state-of-the-art because every single team does it now. And it's just bad for fans because going to a game in 2033 is going to cost you $750 to go watch the Mavericks lose by 24 points to the Seattle Supersonics. Like, that's what the future holds. And it's not fun for anyone. And, yeah, I mean, let's throw a parade because they're not raising the season ticket prices. Great. Is that based off of you raising the season ticket prices going into this year?
Yeah, okay, right. They already got raised.
Congratulations. Yeah, you guys are like 30 games under 500. Good. You shouldn't be raising the season ticket prices. You should be giving out tickets at Sam's Club. Like, you should be giving those out. When somebody buys a hot dog combo at Costco, they get a free Mavs ticket. It's ridiculous to me. People were making fun of the Kings because they were selling tickets at Costco. It's like, yeah, the Mavericks need to be doing that. That was and you can attest to this. And this is like they had the Dereck Lively AI picture. Like, that's disgusting. They do that. I don't know who's responsible for that, for putting AI videos on the Jumbotron. If someone's listening who is in charge of that, please stop.
They had a hilarious sequence where it was that puppy video where they were like, and it would show like an AI photo of Dereck Lively with a dog, and then immediately after that they cut to like this suite. And there was like 7 10-year-old boys in there, and they all threw their shirts off and like threw them around in the air. And I was like, "What is this? Like, what did I just watch? I watched this AI Dereck Lively, these kids like freaking out. I was like, what is happening right now?"
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's also good. I'm just like, yeah, thank God you're not raising ticket prices. Can you attest to this? Was that not the worst? Like that from opening tip? The quietest, most dead, most uninterested crowd I might have ever heard.
Oh, I mean, yesterday, the Kings' first half was definitely quieter than this one. The Kings' first half, I think I texted you and Isaac, and I was like, this feels like we're all sitting waiting for like the speech that you get before you get access to a timeshare. like we're all just waiting in this room.
Like,
we all showed up here. We're like at the end of this, like we've got to make a decision, but we're all just kind of sitting waiting. None of us actually want to be here. It's like we're all just. This one, I mean, there's a couple crowd pops, I guess if you want to even call them, but they were on like made shots, not even like exciting things. I mean, it's bad, and it is one of those things where it's bad to get better eventually. Like Cooper Flagg will be back; they'll have a top 10 pick. That will be exciting. Like they are building towards stuff. We've seen teams do this. I mean, the Jazz are doing this, and they're now turning the corner. Like every team eventually turns a corner, except the Sacramento Kings, but they do turn a corner. And now here we are with the Mavericks, and we'll see if they, how long it takes them to turn a corner. But I mean, next year they could come back and be feisty and like competitive again.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I know losing is the best for the team right now for tanking stuff. Like I get all of that. I'm not complaining about that. Whatever.
It is just so jarring though because the rug got pulled out from under Mavs fans so quickly. Like we had gone through 2018. And like I joke that I've only covered like 4 playoff teams in the 10 years that I've covered the team, but like that is true because when I started covering the team, they were bad, didn't have anybody. It was the end of Dirk, and then you got Luka after a tanking end of the season, got Luka, and then all of a sudden there was the rise, and you saw the rise of a superstar. You got to the pinnacle with the NBA Finals, and then the rug just got pulled out from under them, like not even a calendar year later. And so now we're feeling that where we're laying on the ground after the rug got pulled out from under Mavs fans, and you're just like laying there looking at the ceiling going, oh my gosh, I think I can feel my limbs again. Like I can feel, what is happening? Where am I? How did this happen to me? And now this is where we are.
Yeah. And I mean, it frustrates me more because again, I go back, like, man, I just want an honest update on Cooper Flagg's injury. Like, that's what I want. How long is he going to be out?
This is the thing for every NBA team, I listen to so many like Locked On shows, and they're all talking about injuries. We're like, we don't know when he's going to come back.
Well, that's
I don't
trash,
know. We don't know the
man.
prognosis.
The league needs to do something about that.
Well, and you'd think that these gambling companies, if they're going to listen to anybody, well, these gambling companies would come after them. Like FanDuel would be like, hey, we got to know. So we have these props. We have this Cooper Flagg tab on our website. We need to know when this guy is going to play. We're taking odds for Rookie of the Year. If he's going to miss all these games, like that's gonna matter for us. And you think that they would come after him to like specify on this stuff, but I guess not. Instead, they're going to wait until it gets egregious enough, and then find the Jazz and the Pacers for tanking because they sat healthy players according to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that adds to the frustration, and then the ticket price stuff. It's like, man, not a good time. It just feels like as a fan, it's just like, what am I even a fan of right now? It doesn't feel like just a corporation. Well,
it's the Jerry Seinfeld joke that eventually we're all just rooting for laundry.
Yeah, I guess
at a certain point, all the players change, all the GMs change, even the owner changes. What are you rooting for? Like what at its core, what is it? And I think a lot of Mavs fans actually realized through the Luka trade, I'm just a Mavs fan. I'm just a fan of the team, whatever it is. At a certain point, they're like, I'm here. And I talked to a lot of them. They're like, I'm not leaving. Like, what's the point at this point? Like, if I was going to leave, I already would have.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of Mavs fans have decided that. But a lot of them have decided they're player fans, and now they're Lakers fans or they're fans of whatever. Coming up, I want to talk about the Grizzlies because I want to do at the end of the season here, I want to talk about the other team because I think that'll be more interesting in a way sometimes than the Mavericks. What are they doing? What are the Grizzlies doing? That's what we're going to answer coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by something that some of you think I don't need at all, and that's 5-Hour Energy because I'm always bringing it on the show. But I need a 5-Hour Energy every once in a while to get to this level. The board is set. The flavors are ready to go. There's 18 different ones to choose from. The number one draft pick for me today, if you've listened to every single episode of Locked On Mavs, you know I've picked a different one every single time. So is it my number one now or is it not? You don't know. I'm going peach mango today. Ripe peach flavor on the first sip. Mango adds a tropical depth, sweetness to it, balanced tropical blend, a sweet aromatic finish to it. I'm telling you, whoever wrote this is like a 5-Hour Energy sommelier. They just spend their time sipping 5-Hour Energies, just like getting amped up all the time, and I envy that job. 5-Hour Energy, their shots give you a boost of energy with zero sugar. You don't have to worry about that. Some people are like, I don't like the taste of really sugary things. Okay, don't worry about that. There's no sugar in it. You can get all kinds of different flavors. They're adding new ones all the time. So go check it out at 5hourenergy.com. It's the number 5hourenergy.com. Find your new flavor of 5-Hour Energy shots available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Check it out now. And also, if you want to come see a Dallas Mavericks game or any other kind of game at all, Game Time has you covered. There's nothing like being here. Even the games where it's not fun like this one, there's still some stuff. Or it's still fun to just be here, feel the energy of the crowd, see the drum line, see the maniacs, see the people, the people watch. Like, there's something here for everybody. But also on Game Time, you have all kinds of other things, comedy, theater, concerts, movie, like all kinds of things that you can do. Actually, I don't know if they have movies on Game Time, but you can do all kinds of things on Game Time. Check it out. You see the all-in price up front, so there's no surprise fees at checkout. You see the view from your seat, so you know exactly what you're going to be looking at when you're sitting your butt down there. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use this code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. That's code LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON, for $20 off. Download the app, create that account, and remember, it's gametime.co, not gametime.com when you buy tickets at Game Time.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Slightly, let's talk about this Mavs game against the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies are kind of interesting to me. They made a bunch of decisions. They decided a direction. They looked at their team of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. They traded Desmond Bane in the offseason for 4 first-round picks, which is a good haul for them. The Magic may be regretting that as of this moment right now. Then they traded Jaren Jackson Jr. for another haul. They got Ja Morant, who's just chilling. I asked our Locked On Grizzlies guys during the game, I said, what do you guys think Ja Morant is doing right now? What do you think he's doing at this very moment? Because he's not here. He's not with the team. He's just hanging out. And they were like, they told me a couple of things that they thought he was doing, and I can't share them on the air. The Omax piece of this, I think, is the one thing that might be interesting to Mavs fans first. Omax started at center. He's been starting at center for them. He had 16 points, 10 boards, 3 steals, a block, an assist, hit 2 threes. Was getting rid of Omax so that they could sign Dante Exum, who'd never played a single second of training camp. Was that a mistake for the Dallas Mavericks?
I mean, I guess, but Omax was just never going to have his shine here.
This would have been it. This would have been the Omax time. Right now, we're in it.
Yeah, the Grizzlies churn one of these guys out every single year, though, and then next year you're like, oh, like wait, what? I thought G.G. Jackson's had one of the most interesting careers to me, where it's like he had the rookie year where you're like, whoa, hold on a second, and then
He's got something.
And then that was kind of it. Although he's been playing pretty good as of late, and was good tonight. But no, I don't think the Mavs made a mistake. I mean, obviously, in hindsight, like you'd rather have Omax than Dante Exum, but
I think even with Omax, he's playing out of position right now. I mean, he was battling with Daniel Gafford down low. I mean, it's just such a different position.
Yeah, he was their 5 tonight. Yeah,
the competition is different in now here in February with both of these teams not really trying their hardest. All that. Like I don't know if that's such a big mistake where we look back and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. I still can't believe that it was for Dante Exum. Like that's the part to me where it's like, all right, you did all that, and they're probably paying Omax more money than the Grizzlies are paying him right now, right? Isn't that probably the case?
Probably, yeah. He's making $1 million for the Mavs right now, is how much they're paying him.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I think was a mistake, is that the player that they did it for unless they knew he's on a 2-way. I think he's on a 2-way for the Grizzlies. So yeah, I mean, Mavs are definitely paying him more. So that part was a mistake that they had to have known something. Like the injury must have been just a complete like freak accident. It happened before training camp. They didn't even. So that I want to say. What's the Grizzlies' path forward though? What do you do? I mean, they make some kind of trade for John Morant. Probably, and send him off somewhere. Then you got Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, a top 10 pick of some kind. And you kind of have some interesting young players that we can get into. But, like, if you're the Grizzlies, like, I mean, that's your path forward to contending, is just, like, trade John Morant and then try and find your next star?
Yeah, I think that's probably, like, in a way, kind of kudos to the Grizzlies for just recognizing that, hey, for whatever reason, this core group is just not it. And instead of let's try to delay the inevitable and try to drag this thing out in mediocrity for however many years, like let's just rip the Band-Aid off. We got rid of Dylan Brooks a couple years ago, let him walk. Maybe that was a mistake in hindsight. Maybe they've clearly not been the same team since he left. So we'll let Dylan Brooks leave, and then we'll trade Desmond Bane, and the season wasn't going the way they wanted. So I kudos to them. Like when they traded Jaren Jackson Jr., that's what I was saying they should do. I think in some ways they probably sold high on him, while they could still get that level of value for him. And yeah, I mean, we'll see if a team talks themselves into Ja Morant. If not, you have him on your roster. It's not the end of the world. You're not an expensive team anymore, right? Like if Ja Morant's there, he's there. If you find a team that's like, yeah, whatever, we'll give up a first or something for Ja. That makes sense.
The sneaky thing about the Jaren Jackson move was they traded him when he was still making $36 million, where next year he's going to make $50, and so they didn't have to take back $50 million in salaries, which is always like tough if you're a team. Like the Mavs got Khris Middleton and they got Bagley, and they got a couple of expiring contracts, which I think is good for the AD trade. But usually when you trade $50 million, you're not getting good contracts back all the time.
Yeah, right.
They got Santi Aldama, who's still 25. Jalen Wells, 22. He started tonight. G.G. Jackson, who you mentioned, he's still 21. He was the youngest player in the league when he came in that first year. Cam Spencer, I said in the text line, I said the Grizzlies' leading scorer at halftime, Cam Spencer, could walk down the street in Deep Ellum with his jersey on, and nobody would recognize him.
Was he? Both of them were lacrosse guys, right?
I can't keep track of which one was the lacrosse guy, Cam Spencer or Pat Spencer.
Well, either way. Yeah, I mean, he was good tonight for them.
He's good.
They've got some interesting guys. Coward, obviously, he's had a good rookie year.
Right.
Edey, when he's on the floor, is like one of the more impactful players in the entire league. But can he stay on the floor? And big guys that have already had that level of injury history, I'd venture to guess no consistently. But, yeah, I mean, they'll tank, and they'll probably be bad next year too. And they're a good drafting team. So I'm interested to see kind of the direction.
They're incredible at getting the 6 to 12 guy on the roster. They have just an incredible hit rate at 6 to 10. It feels like they always have those guys. Like every guy I just mentioned is probably like could be number 6 to 10. They also have a bunch of picks coming forward. I mean, they have 2 picks in this draft. I think they have 3 picks in the next draft. They have their own, and then in 2028. They got 2 more in 2030, in 2031. They got a bunch of first-round picks coming, and so they got a lot of shots at the apple to see if shots at the apple, bites at the apple.
Bites at the apple, yeah.
I did an Isaac. I
guess you could take shots at it too. Why not?
Well, who's the William Tell, the guy that shot the arrow off of the guy's head?
Did you see that?
Shot the apple off of the guy's head with an arrow.
The Brewers posted that video of they had with the coach.
He pitched it. He pitched the apple off the guy's head.
Yeah.
It had to be fake, right? There's no way.
Yeah, of course it was fake. Come on, Nick. Lock in, man.
I still think the puppies with Dereck Lively were real tonight. Those puppies were real to me. You're telling me those puppies didn't have a soul?
Please, if somebody, and they might be listening to this, man, please stop doing AI videos. Did we not learn our lesson when Anthony Davis was pointing a gun at his own head last year? Did we not learn from that?
That was tough.
That was like, dude, can we just like shut the team down? Like, can we just play the games in complete silence? No one speaks to the. Can we just end the season before we get another embarrassment?
What was worse, that one or the video, the Duro music video that they posted, where it was they greened out and blacked out Maxey and Luka.
Yeah, that one was well, Luka wasn't in it. We learned that it was just Maxey.
Well, they
still.
I think some of them were still Luka.
Still hilarious that happened. That one was more funny, for sure.
That one. Do I still have our?
Oh, that's great.
I still have this.
Hey, when did Dereck Lively get surgery? Do we remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head. He is using giant crutches right now, though. These crutches are like 6'5", I think. They're massive.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I just saw that he's still on crutches. So,
which I mean, you're just keeping weight off your foot.
Right.
I mean, I don't take anything from that really.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked.
Go check out Slightly Biased' great channel on YouTube, as well as his stuff on Haymaker. Great stuff over there. We'll be back with more all throughout the weekend. We'll have the Mavs post-game show against the Thunder. Expect that game to go somehow. So we'll have that.
Jokic and Lou Dort just got into it big time.
Oh, let's go. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
$950 to go watch a Mavs game in 2031.